Did it begin? I believe it has, but I shall check. There we go. We've got it running, ladies and gentlemen. Is my clock still going? My clock is still going. It's a miracle. I go to bed, I wake up, and my clock is actually still running. Alright. I know there's nobody here yet, but let's save that. Nope. Wait. I can change that? I guess it doesn't have the letter, but can I remove the Overwatch? I can't remove the Overwatch. It won't let me remove Overwatch. Okay. Okay. I'll just roll with it. It says I'm playing Overwatch. I'm not playing Overwatch. I don't know why it's saying I'm playing Overwatch, but welcome to The Letter. Another visual novel like Doki Doki Literature Club, and another horror one. Okay. Thank you for that. I have to change my underwear now. The Ermengarde Mansion. It was built for Lord William and Lady Elizabeth Ermengarde of Luxbourne, humble ambassadors of peace and beloved by their people. Both were well known for their compassion and generosity, never failing to extend a helping hand to anyone in need. Under their influence and wealth, what was once a small, sleepy village grew to a prosperous and bustling town. However, the seasons of joy eventually ended when the good nobles perished at the hands of a great plague. Their riches and legacy were henceforth passed on to their only child, Lady Charlotte Ermengarde. The mansion has stood since the 1620s, a witness to a very long history of joy and pain. After Lady Charlotte committed suicide, the great house was eventually left uninhabited. That's when it began. The surrounding villagers spoke of seeing and hearing unearthly things, of cries and howls that filled the night, and hearsay of a mysterious woman roaming the hallowed halls aimlessly. People who dared enter its walls were simply never heard from again. Even after 400 years, these stories remain, much like the house itself. These are their stories. No, that's something else. Whispers about the once great house, its legend and its curse still fall upon the villagers' ears. In spite of this, the current owners are convinced that these stories are nothing more than a hoax. Of course, I'm yawning because it's a visual novel and I always yawn when I'm reading for them. With little regard for the truth, they had Briar Realty Corporation place the property back on sale. Like Pandora's box, the secrets that lie inside await to be discovered by brave souls. No matter what happens, take care not to be consumed by the curse. Good luck. Alright. I'm looking to not be consumed. I have an incoming call. Do I accept it?
Hello?
I can't.
Isabella? Are you there? Where are you?
Oh, she's British. Journal. Undiscovered journal entry. Help, 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 help. Wait, what's today supposed to... Oh, today is October 17th. Isabella. Maria Isabella Grace Cruz Santos. Birthday May 28th, Gemini, 20 years old, height 5'2". She's short. Estate agent, Filipino, Roman Catholic, fine arts undergraduate. Cinnamon rolls, dogs, food, police, procedural dramas, and teleseries, comedies, and karaoke. She wrote third child of 7, daughter of a laundrywoman, and a jeepney driver. Went to a public school, an average student but took to art easily. Pursued a degree in the fine arts as encouraged by her father. Father had a terminal illness. She stopped studying to make money. Her aunt helped her get work overseas to earn more money. Rose Cooper became her mentor as soon as she started as an agent at BRC. It's been 5 years since she met her neighbor Rebecca. She met Ashton during an unfortunate incident involving her first sale at Devlin Court and later Zachary through him. Alright. Is that me? Oh, Isabella, are you there? Where are you? A familiar jittery voice comes from
hey Rose! I'm at St. Goretti High. What's the matter?
What do you mean, what's the matter? It's the mansion, silly. I'm here and you're late.
I don't have to.
Jeez, we're on shift together. You promised. Oh my god, please don't tell me you forgot. You were planning on leaving me to check this place out on my own, weren't you?
Clearly.
You chickened out.
Calm down. You know I take my promises seriously.
I'd like to believe that. So hurry up and get here.
Oh, the time is
This
actually.
place is huge. A bit too quiet.
Why are you so surprised? This isn't the first time you've been there.
I know. I just wish I could live in a place like this. It really takes my breath away.
Buy it.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't be so sure about that. Not after the room.
Jeez, never mind those rumors. Ghosts aren't real after all. And even if they are, which they are not, they can't do anything.
Sure,
They're
Jane.
nothing but spirits.
Sure, Jane.
You don't know that. They might be listening or
just gonna
watching
keep
right
saying
now,
sure, Jane.
and they might not be happy with you enough to curse you.
No offense, sweetie, but that's a bit of a stretch.
Believe it or not, it's better to be careful.
Right. You know, not every property we sell will end up with a dead body stuffed in a soap.
And I think that mansion is where we'll likely find another one. I can feel it.
That was one time, Isabella. Loosen up. Wait, just get here ASAP, please. I'm getting bored being here on my own.
Fine, fine. Let me just finish up here. I'll be right there soon.
Okay, see you. Bye.
Bye. Rose, still charming.
Who was
so-
that?
Rebecca. Becca giving me a crush.
Oh, that? It's just Rose.
Rose? The one you said who trained you for your job back when you started? You're working together again?
Just for this property. We've been scoping out that big mansion down Anselm Village after the renovation. Today's sort of its grand opening to the public. The RC wants to give it one last check before we let potential buyers tour it this afternoon.
Wait, mansion? That big spooky one you've been telling everyone about? Didn't you keep saying how it just gave you the creeps? You actually went there? And you're going back?
Well, I did promise Rose I
true.
wouldn't ditch her. And besides, a job is a job. Gotta do what you gotta do to make a living. What's so funny?
Nothing. It's just that I didn't expect you to say that. Coming from you, it sounds so out of character. I mean, no offense, but you've been freaking out about the place being creepy ever since you got assigned to it. Cursed rumors. I honestly thought you'd back out.
See, honestly, I would be the
Not
first
all
one
the
to
time. I
be
could
like,
really
"Oh, it's
use a huge
cursed."
amount of
Yes.
cash right now, and this is just the fastest way to get it. Plus, listen to this. Briar Realty wants it sold as soon as possible, and the agent who lands the deal is going to get a huge bonus. They never give bonuses like that. Getting that would make life so much easier. They're desperate, I'm desperate, it's perfect.
You know, if you're really in urgent need of money, you could have just asked me. Or Ashton. We can always let you borrow, and you can pay us back whenever.
I have to keep myself from groaning out loud. In the years I've known her, I can already tell what to expect when she
Becca.
has that expression.
I've noticed that you've been living off instant noodles these past few.
She crosses her arms and grimaces at the thought. She begins to scold me.
Stop eating
I thought she
junk.
was a student.
They're cheap,
She's
but
so
they're
small.
not good for you. You'll definitely end up in the hospital if you keep at it.
Yeah, I know, right? Stop.
Hey!
No,
I eat
seriously,
other things too.
I tried to change the Overwatch thing, and it will not let me change the Overwatch setting, and I don't know why. And I'm playing this because I don't like to record it for my YouTube, and it's so much easier to just play it on here. And it's nice for this one, because I don't have to speak every single line.
That's not going to work on me. And I saw it when you were cleaning your flat last week.
What did I do? Did I boost a relationship? Yay. I'm good at things.
The instant noodle cups outnumber everything else.
You're just exaggerating. Did you even see what's in my cupboard yet? I'm not just living on instant noodles alone. I've got
Comment
canned
probably made
beans,
my day,
peas,
Star.
tuna, ham, and even hamburgers in there.
Aren't those the same ones you won from the grocer's raffle more than a year ago? Oh, I sincerely hope you're checking the date stamps on those things before eating them. I don't want a repeat of last year. In any case, those are...
Shakes her head, possibly laughing at some funny distant memory. When she looks up, I immediately brace myself. More words. Sometimes it's better to just let her talk.
What am I going to do with...
She She says this more to herself than me, her voice shifting to something kinder, even motherly, if I'm looking for the
I
exact
hope you
word.
know that it's impossible not to worry about you when you're like this. You don't have to keep eating the same thing. I already told you before. You're always free to reheat food in my fridge.
Were you on Overwatch, Star? Is that what happened?
Thanks, Becca. I really appreciate it, but you don't need to keep babying me. You've been taking care of me since after I moved here. You have to take a break sometime. And before you ask again, no. You know I'm not a fan of borrowing money. And I'm not going to ask you to give me what you earned hard for yourself.
Even worse. I'm getting that eventually, but I'm a broke college student.
You and your pride. But suit yourself. The offer stays on the table, though.
I nod in response, if only to get her to drop the topic, but I'm pretty certain I will never take that offer. Ever. It's nothing to do with pride. I've simply seen plenty of times how friendships can take a turn for the worse just because of a few unpaid debts. I don't want something like that to happen between me and Becca. We may argue about a lot of small, petty things, but she already feels like a real sister to me. I don't want to lose that friendship over something so trivial. Becca's movements when she takes a quick glance behind me snaps me out of my thoughts.
Enough chit-chat. Lunch is ending, and my students will be back any minute. We can catch up later. Good luck with your clients. You better treat us to lunch or something if you get that sale.
You bet!
She's probably working on next week's lesson plan, or trying at least. Her eyes are distant, she doesn't seem attentive to the pace. As if she heard my thoughts, she starts coughing heavily. Her hand hastily goes to her mouth to stifle the sounds. This is precisely why I followed her here. For someone who makes a habit about worrying about other people, Becca sure forgets how to take care of herself.
Hey, you sure you can manage on your own? I mean, you're still a bit feverish.
Hush, dear. Don't you worry about me. I'll just drink some medicine and I'll be right as rain.
Level her with a flat look. She has a cold for a couple days now, something about the strange weather not agreeing with her lately. And despite my advice to take the week off and rest, I found her apartment empty when I dropped by this morning. She even left the medicine the doctor prescribed.
You shouldn't even be working right now.
Seriously, you big baby. I'll be fine. For now, just go to work and stop making that Rose girl wait for you.
Wow, $60? Maybe I won't be buying it. What was so frustrating about it, if you don't mind my asking?
I'll call you if I still feel bad, and you can come pick me up if it makes you feel any better.
Why do I even bother? There's no stopping her once she's decided on something. Pull out the medicine she left earlier. She looks at it wearily. Unfortunately, this is
all
the one
right,
thing I'm not letting her
but don't
have.
forget what the doctor said. Drink this on time. I'll see you later.
Look who's playing the mother hen now.
Rebecca!
Okay. I won't tease anymore. I'll make sure to drink it, Mom.
So do I have her profile now? No, I don't get her profile. I don't even get Rose's profile. I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 other people. 1, 2, 3 guys, 3 girls. Sounds good. Oh wait. That's Lucio. I'm pretty sure. No wait, Becca's here. Wait. Rebecca, did I just miss her? Did I just look for Becca and it's Rebecca? Rebecca, okay. I hail a passing taxi to take me to the property as soon as I leave the school grounds. The mansion is some ways out in the countryside, but I don't have trouble giving the driver directions. Apparently everyone in Luxburn City knows of it, including every bit of rumor surrounding the place. In fact, just the mention of the name is enough for locals to give you a cautious sidelong glances. I learned the hard way the first time I commuted there, and it only boosted my belief that there's something more to the house. Even the news of it being renovated and placed back up on the market has caused quite a stir. Thankfully, it died down a few weeks later. The place would have been a lot harder to sell otherwise. I avert my eyes from the windows once the building shrinks in the distance. We get a glimpse of the countryside soon, although a quick glance at my watch tells me we're still a few minutes from our destination. Alright, so basically it sucks. Isn't it still in early access though? Might as well get some work done. Rose did ask me to review the mansion's documents. I already looked over them last night, but you never know what things may go wrong. Life has a way of messing up like that. Halfway through reading, my phone rings again. A Pick it up without looking, neatly tucked between my ear and shoulder. It's probably just
Rose?
Rose anyway.
Guess again.
That
Ash.
voice.
Bingo.
Hey, what's up?
Just checking if you're still cool later this evening.
You mean that thing with Zach?
Yeah, he even called in the middle of the night just to remind me.
No, don't worry. I didn't forget. I'll be there.
Cool, I'll see you later. What time do you get off?
Around 6 p.m.? I don't know. It's the first day of the Ermengarde Mansion's open house, and we're expecting quite a number of potential buyers. I'll be booked the whole afternoon.
No, all good, dude. Don't worry about it.
Ermengarde Mansion?
You know, the big Jacobean mansion at Anselm Village? I'm on my way there right now, actually.
On your own?
Yeah, well, Rose is already there, but yeah.
I see. Looks like the scaredy cat finally toughened up.
Shut up!
I'll see you later. Drop me a call when you're done. I'll see if I can pick you up.
Whatever. Bye.
Always teasing me whenever he sees the chance. I'll show him who's tough. Journal updated. I have a new timeline. October 21st. Before going to the Ermengarde Mansion, Isabella Santos drops by St. Goretti High School to check on Rebecca Gales. The former reminded the latter to take her flu medicine before leaving. On the way to the mansion, Isabella received a phone call from Ashton Trey, reminding her of Zachary Steele's movie premiere that night. It's very rustly here. It takes a few more minutes until I finally reach the infamous mansion. I have to admit, the entire property does look wonderful from the outside, yet despite all this, it does nothing to hide that something is just wrong. I love watching people who are scared of the ocean play Subnautica. I love the ocean. I think it's all awesome, but that is hilarious. And it's like the same as the people who are scared of space playing like Alien and Dead Space. It's all so amusing. And Prey. That's makes for a hell of a time when people scared of space. The surrounding area is unusually silent, and only the rustling of leaves can be heard as the occasional breeze passes. Called those leaves. When Anselm Village is just a few miles away, everyone keeps their distance on purpose. Perhaps out of fear, the horror of falling under the mansion's curse. Somehow it makes me feel sad. The lack of immediate human presence just makes this place all the more eerie than it has any right to be. If it's uncanny in broad daylight, I can't imagine how the place looks.
You planning to go inside that place, Missy?
The voice nearly makes me jump out of my skin. Without completely taking my eyes away from the house, I give the driver a confused nod. A beat passes while I wait for him to say more, but his only answer is a non-committal hum. Belatedly, it occurs to me that he must have been waiting for my payments. I mentally slapped myself for spacing out and promptly handed him the fare with an apologetic look. I expected him to leave as soon as I paid, but there's a hesitant expression to him, as if something hasn't been said yet.
Is there something wrong?
Look, Missy, I'm sure you've heard what the people are telling everyone about that place. Nobody likes to be disturbed when they're at peace, and I'm pretty sure whatever they say is in that house doesn't want to either. I admit they did a good job fixing it up, but there must have been a reason why even distant relatives of the family who used to own the house never lived in there despite inheriting it.
I actually thought about playing Subnautica today. I did not finish Dead Space. I just started it and played 2 hours-ish of it. But I never got into it. I'm not interested in space games all that much. I've never gotten into them. I don't find it interesting. But I did think about playing Subnautica today instead of this, but I'm probably going to do that another day because I won't be around to stream this weekend. I admit they did a good job fixing it up, but there must have been a reason why even distant relatives of the family who used to own the house never lived there despite inheriting it.
No wonder they wanted to get rid of it.
Maybe they just didn't like it?
You never know.
He drives off after, but what he said has left a foreboding feeling in my gut. Well, clearly he was trying to creep you out. It's just, dude, I ain't afraid of no ghost. I breathe out a heavy sigh as I approach the house. After hearing enough of the rumors, I should have expected the conversation to take that turn, but I'm already here. Backing out is completely out of the question. It's not like I have a choice anyway. If I want to get that bonus and commission one way or another, I gotta sell this property. The door is ajar when I get to it, however, while my own copy of the keys dangle uselessly in my hand. Rose must have left it open. That's weird. We may be the only people here this early, but I've never known her as someone careless. Entering, what greets me inside leaves me gasping. They've cleaned every corner, waxed the floor, dusted the antiques, searched every nook, cranny, and crevice, and made it spick and span, all for the sake of making the mansion more enticing to the modern-day lords and ladies. But no matter how hard they try, the mansion still looks as soulless as ever, as if it's going to eat you alive. If you ask me, they should have just listened to what other people have been telling them and leave this place alone. Some things in the world are better left alone, never to be disturbed
Rose?
again. I call out.
Rose, I'm here. Where are you?
It's awfully echoey for a mansion. My voice echoes softly through the hallways. Oh, who am I kidding? In a place this big, I don't think she'll hear me, no matter how deafening the silence is. She could be all the way on the other side of the property for all I know. Quickly, I reach the phone and dial her number, but...
The number you have dialed has not been recognized. Please check and try again.
What do you mean, has not been recognized? We were just talking a while ago. It's not like she was eaten by the house, right? How many times are you going to say something's eaten? As if it could eat you alive. The sound was eaten up. She was eaten by the house. They're implying something. But yeah, just going back a little bit, Steyr. I've never been interested in space games. I love ocean games. I love anything with specific monsters. Like if it's werewolves or vampires or chimera or manticores or something like that. Yeah, and I played Destiny 2 for a little bit, and otherwise I've never played anything like that. But I like horror. Anything horror I can get my hands on, I will play. And half of the stuff I played is absolute garbage, but some of it's actually good. This is supposed to be fantastic. That's why I'm playing it. Plus, the voice acting is actually really good for a visual novel, which never happens. Or maybe the ghost did hear us talking and spirited her away, right? Right? No, Isabella, don't be ridiculous. She probably just wandered deeper into the house and lost signal or something. I dial her number again, hoping the call will connect this time.
The number you have dialed has not been recognized. Please check and try again.
Like they even used a voice for the phone operator. That's impressive for a visual novel. But to no avail. Oh boy. I have a very bad feeling about this.
Rose? If you can hear me, please come out. Come on, Rose. This isn't funny. You know this place gives me the creeps.
Well, she's dead. No answer. This isn't gonna work. This place is so big. I know, my brother and my buddy did too. A lot of Destiny. And yeah, I think the same thing. I know a lot about Destiny because of my friends playing it, but I never actually played Destiny 1 myself, not even for a second. That was Shadow.
What the hell? Rose? Rose, is that you? Not funny. I'm leaving you if you don't come out. Not coming out, huh?
Fine, I'm going.
Okay, that's a lie. She's my friend. I can't leave until I know she's alright. Growing desperate, I try again. Come on, please give me something. Please, Lord.
Hello? Hello? Rose, I'm here at the mansion. Where the hell are you?
He doesn't respond. There's also heavy static. Oh, yay. I sincerely hope it doesn't get cut off before I can hear an answer from her.
Rose, come on. Where are you?
A few moments pass until the static starts to quiet down.
I'm at
Why is there a
What?
frog in the background?
The attic. Why?
Got cut off. Man, do I really need to go there? With how deep inside it is, there's barely any signal. No wonder I can't contact her. But why is she there? Out of all places, she just had to make me go and fetch her in the creepiest room of this place. She's doing it to get back at me for being late? Whatever, I'll just go. The sooner I meet up with her, the sooner I feel better about being here. Carefully make my way up the staircase. My legs wobble as I mentally curse the fact that I've chosen real estate instead of picking a career that doesn't involve strange abandoned houses. Alright, why did I highlight my controls for a second? Branch tree. So if I press T, the outline of your current chapter. Oh no, no spoilers. No spoilers. Options, branching to relationship. Oh, that's myself. I was like, why do I have no relationship with that person? That's because it's me. It's me. I'm just looking at all the settings. I should save. You wanna know how long this game is? There's 10 pages of 9 different save slots. It's impressive. Upon reaching the top, the grand hallway greets me. Ooh, look, it's windy and everything. It branches out to 2 major wings of the mansion, the east and west. There are 2 attics here, one on each side. Yeah, PC tends to do that. I find it's because it's more comfortable on PC, to be honest. Like, if I'm being dead honest, I still prefer to play on console. I played Unreal Tournament 2004 for about 2 hours back when I was like 9. But otherwise I never played a first-person shooter until Overwatch. So I love console games. I love platformers. I love all that other stuff. And to be honest, I like it more than PC most of the time. But there's something more comfortable about PC. And I think that's what happens to people who, to people who shy away from the console. PC is more convenient. PC is more open most of the time. There are 2 attics here, one on each side, but the east one's been converted to a storage room of sorts. Somehow I find it least likely for Rose to wander in there by herself. Besides, she never did like going into stuffy storage rooms. So I head toward the west wing, where a simple wooden door at the end of the hall opens to a small room. That's where the beast kept his Rose. You don't want to go there. Why did I scroll? Inside is another set of steps leading to the second attic. Unlike the grand staircase, though, the steps to the attic are steep and narrow, made of old stones and covered with a thick coating of dust that kicks up into the air with every step. Thank God it's still daytime. If it wasn't for the light streaming through the door behind me, I might easily stumble and fall. With how old the place is, there are no light fixtures to illuminate the cramped passage up. Why they didn't bother to add one here when they renovated escapes me. Sheesh, they did it with the rest of the house. A small bedroom welcomes me at the end. Looks exactly as it did since the last time I've been here, full of dust, worn out, and faded by time. That's a creepy attic. Odd, I thought they cleaned everything. Did the crew miss this room? Cleanliness is the least of my concerns right now. The more pressing matter is Rose. She's not here. Was I dreaming when I talked to her? Did I mishear her? No, it couldn't have been a dream. After all, the creepy ambiance of this estate is doing such a remarkable job of making sure I stay alert and awake. And I'm sure she said she's here. Is this a prank? Or maybe that phone call was Rose's last message to me before the curse got her. Shut up, brain, you're not helping. Don't make this scarier than it is. But if she's not here, then where is she? What the hell was that? That's it. I can't do this anymore. I'm leaving. We must have angered the spirits. I knew disturbing this mansion was a bad idea right from the very start. Nobody listened. Be realistic, they said. They think I'm cuckoo because I believe in curses and ghosts and all that. Me and my outlandish backwater country police. Always strive to be a model employee, but not this time. No. I'm turning back for the sake of my sanity. Briar Reality can find another agent who's more realistic to tour these people around the haunted house. Before leaving, I take one last look at the gloomy old room, just to check.
What's this?
Is it a letter? Is it a letter? More worries about Rose's whereabouts must have caused me to miss it when I first entered the room, but there's clearly something on the floor. It looks like...
A letter?
A letter! I called it! Lying on the ground just a couple inches away from my feet, out of sheer curiosity, I lean down and pick it up. Does it say, help me or something? Strange. I just want to see how far up the animation goes. Wow, you are short. I don't recall seeing this the last time I was here. A few days back, me and a few other agents inspected the mansion to prepare for today. Yeah, no, I understand, and that does happen. My buddies, we used to play together all the time. It's me, my brother, and our 2 friends, but the one does not have a gaming PC, and I got a gaming laptop first, then my brother built his PC, then my friend built his PC. So it was like, and my laptop was good, but I tend to overheat. Let's just put it this way. I tend to break computers. Somehow. So my laptop was shot within like a couple months. So it was nowhere near the level it needed to be for like Overwatch and stuff. I had to have like a fan underneath it blowing the air, and I had to have it sitting on a lap desk. I couldn't have it just sitting on a regular desk. But that's how it ended up, and there are only a couple of games that the four of us can actually play together anymore. Because he's still on console, and the other one's in the middle of nowhere, so he doesn't have internet, and my brother and I are on separate sides of campus. So someone must have left it in this room since then. Did Rose leave it for me? Was she here a while ago? I couldn't have missed her though, could I? There's only one set of stairs leading to the attic. The ladder isn't exactly in pristine condition. In fact, it looks rather ancient. The paper's so thin and rough, I'm worried it'll fall apart if I so much as touch it. But with great care I open it, and what I read shakes me to the core. Is it help me?
What? What?
Who called the help me?
Oh my god.
Nothing but the words help me fills the page. All of it seemingly written with a crimson shaded pen. That's blood. Or blood, yeah. That's blood. I gulp. The same phrase just goes on and on until send this to 5 people or else.
Send this to 5 people or else. Or else what? Or else what?
As quickly as I can, I scan the back of the envelope to make sure I'm not missing on a second page, but there's nothing.
Oh, please, no.
Oh, those eyes. Those eyes, man. My hands tremble as dread creeps over me. The room is suddenly getting colder. I need to get out of here. Folding the paper in half, the sight of what greets me next has me frozen on the spot. Those are Foots! A pair of blood-soaked feet enters my vision, covered in gaping wounds with skin eaten away to reveal flesh, bone, and all manner of things one isn't meant to see. It's too much. All of it is too much. I want to cry, call for help, but the words catch in my throat. Even my feet won't move, completely paralyzed out of terror. I'm gonna save, but I'm gonna look up because I'm a brave boy. I'm overriding that one. I need to face it. Whoever, whatever they belong to, I need to face it. And if I'm gonna die, if they're gonna kill me, at least I'll know what my killer looks like. Cold comfort. So with a deep breath, I summon every ounce of courage I have, and I shift my gaze upward. What's up, dude? No, please don't hurt me.
No!
Without thinking, I scramble towards the door. Saw, dude. I struggle to open it, but it won't budge. Stay away.
Go away! Please, Lord! Make it go away!
Why now? Why won't it open now? My heart sinks as reality dawns in. I'm locked in. Locked in with that thing.
Let me out! Let me out! Lord, please, let me out!
Wait, wasn't there a window before? It slowly approaches me as I wrench the doorknob violently back and forth. Oh. Yes, oh my gosh. The door finally swings open and I couldn't have been happier. I leap out the door and don't look back. My feet pound against the floor with the rhythm of the fast, loud beating of my heart. Oh my gosh, that was impressive. By the time I run past the hallway and find myself atop the grand staircase, my chest feels so tight it's going to burst. That's nothing compared to the feeling of hope the sight of the exit gives me. Racing down the stairs, a breathy laugh escapes me, and my shoe slips, and I find myself falling, until my back hits the ground and pain racks my body. More Foots! My head goes fuzzy and my vision dims as I try to stay conscious. No, you go away. Last thing I see of those feet before all I know is darkness. A buzz breaks the sound. Is it my phone? I start to rouse, pulled into consciousness against my own will. I've never felt this tired before. I just want to sleep, but the insistent buzzing, poking, and prodding isn't letting me. My old mattress may not be the comfiest of places, but that doesn't make me any more eager to wake up.
5 more minutes, Becca.
Swat away what is nudging persistently at my side. Can I get a few extra minutes of sleep today? I promise I'll work hard once I'm up. Hand lightly taps my cheek and something cold is pressed to the back of my head.
Isabella? Isabella? Stop. Can you hear me? Isabella?
Is it Rose or is it Becca? Fog lifts from my mind, and the moment I recognize the voice, and my eyes snap open. Oh, it's Rose. They're looking at me as Rose. Another woman loiters behind her, but my attention is too focused on my co-agent to even ask why there's someone else with her. Just screams worry, though she's keeping a straight face, and trying at least. Can't help but feel bad for making her fret. A wave of dizziness washes over me as soon as I try to get up, forcing me to lie back down again. I got an update in my journal. Looking for her missing co-agent, Isabella Santos found a mysterious letter in the Ermengarde mansion's attic. Driven by fear by what she's read inside, thinking it's the place's curse at work, she hurried to leave the place only to meet... There's no more updates. Okay. Rose still doesn't have a profile. I gotta check something quick. Just making sure. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. It forced me to lie back down again. Luckily, the feeling subsides after a few seconds until only a mild throbbing somewhere at the back of my head remains. With little assistance from Rose, I push myself upright. Hands me an ice pack and gestures for me to press it where I suspect a small bump has already formed, if the light ache in the area indicates
All right,
anything.
Isabella, where are we?
The Ermengarde mansion. Why? Ow, my head.
And the date today?
21st of October.
October 21st? Rose.
Last one. Can you count to 15 in reverse order?
15, 14, 13, 12, no. That's wrong. Why are we doing this?
She's just checking if your injury is in any way serious.
This time I curiously regard the woman standing beside Rose. It's impossible to overlook her, what with the way she towers over us. And here I thought Rose is already tall. Well, you're short. That may also be a thing. Who is she anyway? One of the remaining cleaning crews? With how primly dressed she is, I don't think anyone would want to clean in a suit. An expensive suit at that. The gloves alone must have already cost a fortune. Her eyes slowly shift between me and Rose, considering us with an almost unreadable expression before finally fixing a sharp gaze on me. Can't help but fold my arms protectively over myself as she does so. She may be far from a cleaning crew, but she certainly looks like our supervisor during evaluation.
Just do it, please.
I eye them both warily, but recite everything she has asked. Rose releases a breath of relief.
You scared me for a moment there. I was about to call for an ambulance. Are you all right?
Exasperation replaces the dull ache. Memory is a little fuzzy, but the attic and...
There was someone, Rose. In the attic.
Someone? You mean a client? Oh, that's unlikely. It's probably just one of the cleaning crews. The boss sent a few of them back this morning for some last minute...
No, not any of those. They're... I'm not actually sure.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, Styre. And the problem is, I've never had a PS4. Like, I'm a fan. I like the Wii, I like the Wii U, I like Nintendo products. And the only thing I've ever played on PS4 was the Batman games. And I played those on PS3, actually, because my brother had a PS3.
Wait, didn't I call you? You said you were in the attic when you answered. That's why I went there in the first place.
Did I say something weird? Casts an apologetic smile at the woman before the awkward silence stretches on further. It's her saleswoman smile. We'd show this to troublesome clients or just to avoid trouble in general, she advised. It's also the same one she does when she gives me when I've done something particularly absurd that may cause us to lose a potential sale. Her eyes are serious when she turns back to me.
As much as I'd love to have gotten at least a heads up of your arrival, I didn't really get a call from you. You know, signal here is absolutely horrendous. I was in the garden earlier and couldn't even make a single call. Isabella, I'm going to ask again. Are you really all right? What happened?
I don't know. It's all a bit blurry. I remember I was looking for you, but you weren't in the attic. And there's... whoever it is. Then I must have tripped on a rug or something on the way down. Oh no. Do you think someone came in while you were out? You left the main door open. We are so going to get into big trouble if something gets stolen, Rose.
Perhaps it is a concussion.
Are you sure you feel fine? We could still call for an ambulance. I could cover for you.
No, I'm fine. I'm okay, Rose. I can work.
Wait. Hold your horses, Rose. I can't just miss an important sale because of a minor bump on the head. An extremely minor bump. I've had worse when I was a kid. This is nothing.
Besides, if I leave, you'll have to shoulder everything in the open house. Alone. And in a mansion.
Well, there's also the part where I lose that bonus BRC as promised, but that's completely beside the point. Rose gives me a skeptical look when I return the cold compress to her and push myself off the floor. I have to use staircase's railing to steady myself, but otherwise I feel fine. Wow,
See?
S's are hard today.
I'm A-okay.
Drew them exchange a worried glance. Bite my lower lip in anticipation if she
Right,
says no.
you win. But if I see that you aren't feeling well, I'm taking you personally to the nearest clinic to have you checked. Clear?
Crystal.
Clear as day, ma'am. Thanks, Rose.
You insisted. But remember what I said. First sign of you looking not okay, and we're off. No questions asked.
It's just a small bump. Don't worry.
You shouldn't downplay these kinds of things. It could be a serious injury for all we know.
It's only a small cough. It's her. But not in a scary negative way. Far from it, her demeanor simply commands an air of sophistication and respect. In a different world, the younger me would probably wish to be like her. At her lack of response, she coughs again. Words get caught in my throat at the sight of it, and Rose, as usual, is swift to catch my
My
breath.
sincerest apologies, Mrs.
Miss McCulloch. Marianne McCulloch.
McCulloch. It's not Scottish. Marianne McCulloch. That's either Scottish or Irish with that name. Irish. S's and sh are hard today. Charlie Rose Designs. Ooh, lovely. Interior decorator. Marianne McCulloch. Is she here? Yeah, she's gonna be here. Wow. Probably someone interested in the mansion for its 17th century influences then. I won't hold it against her though. Despite the hearsays and remaining uninhabited for years, the mansion's original fittings and furniture have been kept completely intact and restored to pristine condition. I suppose some people could find that trip to the past feeling appealing. That worked fine. I didn't mess up those words. After all, with what it offers, the place could also be a haven for people looking to live somewhere with a classic, historical charm.
Miss McCullough, I'm Rose Cooper, and this is my partner, Isabella Santos. We're just ironing out a few things, but we'll be starting the tour soon enough. In the meantime, we've prepared some refreshments for you in the parlor while you're waiting. If you could please.
Thanks. There's no need for it, though. I just dropped by for a quick survey of the place.
Right. Should be a bit Irish. It's Irish.
I thought I should check the estate before I meet with the homeowners.
It's a very light Irish accent, though. Rose's confusion is impossible to miss while she glances at me while I return it with an equally perplexed look.
I'm sorry. Homeowners?
Should have kept my mouth shut. Flash of irritation crosses her face, but it instantly disappears under the mask of professional detachment.
Yes. Hannah Wright? I was hired by her to handle the interior design for their newly bought home.
Hannah Wright.
This is the Ermengarde mansion, right?
It is, but...
She pauses. Right. You know what I'm gonna do? Close eyes and pray. Eyes tight, murder fervor prayers.
Our Father, who art...
Prayers taught me, slip soundlessly through my teeth. If God doesn't listen, at least I won't see the thing that kills me. I wait some more. Oh, okay. No, I'm gonna load it again and I'm gonna see what happens if I die. Oh no, lady. All I can think is,
Stay away!
Jack. Oh, I can't remember what the... It's probably a jump scare. I can't remember what the name is. Eyeless Jack? It's gone. Wait. Alright, so I died. That's what I figured. I wanted an achievement though. I like achievements. We'll check with our supervisor. I don't know. There's so much hair. It just keeps getting in my eyes. Check with our supervisor. This few moments have... Ooh, did I just insult her? Oh no, I'm okay. I'm good. A few moments have given me enough time to clear my head of any nervousness or confusion clouding it.
It is, ma'am, but we weren't aware the mansion has already been sold.
What do you mean?
I almost flinch when she turns her gaze on me, but I stand my ground. Besides, it isn't like I haven't dealt with awkward situations like this before. I may screw up at times, but that doesn't mean I've learned a thing or two in the 5 years I've worked in the business. Wait, did she say Hannah Wright? Hannah Wright. I believe. Wait. Could it be Hannah? Ah! She's there!
The mansion is indeed for sale, ma'am. Today's the open house, in fact. However, we haven't heard anything from the higher-ups that a deal has already been closed for this particular property. If you'd like, my co-agent and me can check with them right now.
She appears to be a reasonable person. Given the proper explanation, she'd surely understand.
I thought something looked odd when I arrived here. Excuse me, I think I need to make a call to my secretary. Thank you for your assistance, Miss Santos.
Miss Santos. With a slight wave of her hand, she leaves us. I won't do that. That's painful. Well, like, normally I don't have it this long because my hair is, like, ridiculously curly. So, it grows out into a full-on Jufro. Like, I actually played... I was in Fiddler on the Roof in 9th grade, and I grew my hair out to play a Jewish boy, and... yeah. So, normally I keep it cut pretty short. I like my hair long, but I don't like it too long. But I have a running bet with my father and brother of who's going to cut their hair first. There's nothing to be won from the bet. It's just our collective stubbornness to see who breaks first. That seems to be the end of it. I'm doing it again. I need to stop that. Both Rose and I breathe a sigh of relief. Disaster averted. I also don't miss the thumbs up she gives me for doing a good job, and I can't help but swell with pride. Wow. Still, I've already prepared myself to dial the number of our Luxburn office to check, even if she didn't ask for it. I will be very frustrated if for some reason something's already been decided without mine or Rose's knowledge. Nice. No, my cousin's boyfriend has hair like down to here, and he's absolutely jacked. So, and he wears it in a man bun. And it's an impressive. He looks exactly like Thor from the Thor movies. That's what he looks like, with the hair, with everything, exactly the same. It's a whole new level of unfair. We've been working hard on this. Moments later, Miss McCullough returns, looking a little frustrated, but with an apology clear in her face. I feel a little sorry for her having to go through all this trouble.
There seems to have been a little misunderstanding with my client. If you'll allow it, I'd like to stay and wait for them here. I was informed they'll be dropping by for the open house today. I figured it'd be a waste to just leave after that long drive. I might as well meet him here.
Certainly. You could stay at the parlor in the meantime, ma'am. I'm sure it won't be long before our guests arrive.
Understandable. That is for certain people and certain people only. If my hair gets long enough, I'm going to do it just for a day to drive my brother nuts because he hates it.
And Isabella? I left a few documents in my car. You know where I keep those. Can you please get it for me? And hurry! We've still got a few minutes to double check those papers.
Okay,
I'm going to have a really hard time not doing an Irish accent for a lot of this. Two of them disappear behind the parlor door. Wait. Wait a second. No, what did I... Oh, there's more on the pages. Rose Cooper, along with the woman who introduced herself as Marianne McCullough, found Isabella Santos lying unconscious on the mansion's foyer before the open houses start. Unable to recall what happened prior, Isabella insisted on working despite her co-agent's worries about her well-being. I am specifically trying not to use an Irish accent right now, and it is so hard, because once I start, I want to keep going. The departure brings with it stillness to keep me company, neither welcoming nor comforting. Alone like this, it's impossible not to think of what really happened. I wish the memory isn't as elusive as it normally is. Then again, Rose already said she didn't receive any calls from me. Was it just paranoia, a temporary lapse after hearing all the tales? Probably. Better to think of it as such so I can work in peace. Except a small part of my mind begs to differ. If I'm going to be completely honest with myself, I want nothing more than to leave this place as soon as possible. I still have the letter here, right? Yeah. Help, 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 help. I don't know what's in the house, and I don't want to know. Letters. The keys I've dug into my palms its jagged edges, creating shallow ridges from how hard I'm clutching it. It's a reminder of what I still need to do and why I've taken this job in the first place. The money. That's why you took it. Hugging my blazer close to my body, I exit the house to get what Rose asks of me. Just a few more hours, Isabella. Sell the house, get the money. That's unfortunate. A flock of people have already gathered in the mansion's front yard by the time we officially open the doors. Not sure whether I should feel baffled or underdressed standing in their presence. Men and women of wealth and status, all dressed to the nines in fancy suits and lovely dresses of varying colors, compose the medium-sized crowd. Their necks, arms, and fingers are adorned with silver and gold, glinting in the afternoon sun. Some even have ridiculously fancy feathered hats on their heads. I really hope there aren't any magpies living nearby like in the stories. Those birds will have a field day like this. They're murmuring amongst themselves, looking at the estate's facade appraisingly, with some arguing about whose mansion has the superior architecture. It's a euphemism. Most of it stops as Rose calls for their attention. They don't look too pleased at being ordered around, but what can they do about it?
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Rose Cooper, and this is my partner, Isabella Santos. We'll be taking a tour of the mansion in 2 groups. Please make sure you filled up our sign-in forms before joining a specific group.
Those who want to look around the first floor, please follow my partner. I'll be guiding the ones who wish to see the ground floor.
Wait. In my mind, the first floor and the ground floor are the exact same thing. Hearing this, a few wander to me. They're mostly old ladies who seem daunted at the idea of climbing all those stairs. Miss McCullough also joins our group, but what really catches my eye is the elegantly dressed pair as she approaches. Oh, so he's Blondie Boy, Luke. Luke and Hannah. Luke and Hannah.
It's so nice to finally meet you! When Chief Inspector Lee mentioned that a famous interior designer is in town, I knew I had to get you!
Your confidence in my skills is very flattering, ma'am.
I already hate her. Not Miss McCullough. She's cool. She's Irish.
I'm sure you won't disappoint, Marianne.
I don't like him either. He looks like Draco Malfoy.
Oh, you know each other?
Not at all, ma'am.
You mentioned something about a Marianne on our way here, darling?
Oh, yes, I think I did.
Ah, they must be the clients she was talking about. Oh boy. Faces, some magazine or television, I can't remember. But then again, most of our guests have likely ended up on the news one way or another. I won't be surprised if these two already have. For people who are popular, though, they aren't dressed as loudly as the others, and in their simplicity, the couple stands out. This woman in particular is stunning enough to turn the heads of most people in my group, especially the men with wandering eyes. I'm shocked. The guy standing beside her doesn't seem to mind, though. I scrolled again. Shoot! If I'm going to be a bit bolder with my assumptions, I'd say he's basking in the attention. Both of them, in fact. I'd think they're brother and sister if it wasn't for the public display of affection. The matching rings on their fingers, my only sunshine. How do you know what's on the inside if they're on their fingers? Whatever. Couple or not, what's important is we get this deal closed before the current owners can even think about canceling the listing. I just hope one of my people in my or Rose's group is brave and generous enough to buy this mansion. So, with papers in hand, I lead the way. Hey, I got another journal entry. Let's see what this one says. Does it say I'm stupid for trying to sell this house? Today marked the open house of the infamous Ermengarde mansion, open to the public for the first time in years. Luxbourne's most esteemed and prominent personalities gathered to catch a glimpse of the 17th century property, including Luxbourne's most well-known couple, Luke and Hannah Wright. When they are whispering amongst themselves or going ooh and ah over one thing or another, they ask questions from how the restoration process went to the history of the place. I answer them all, more than happy to talk about the art pieces and architecture mostly. However, I'm careful not to mention anything about the urban legend. Not a good material for sales talk, even if the entire population of Luxbourne knows
Some
about
of the
it.
furnishings here are actually the 17th century originals, all of which have undergone a painstaking restoration process just to return its original beauty.
Even the glass thing. Colorful ones. Oh, I don't know, but you get
Those
the
are called
idea, I hope.
sculptures, hon.
Especially that one, ma'am. It is said to be a gift commissioned by the fiancé of Lady Charlotte Ermengarde. The mansion's current owners have specifically requested that the restoration crew take great care in handling it. It's a priceless work of art and the most distinctive feature of the mansion.
Isn't this place wonderful, darling? I told you it's not a total waste of your time.
She's twirling her hair. She wants something from him.
I don't know. Isn't it a bit too small?
Mr. in Grey.
We might have to break a wall down to have more
Lovely lady
room.
and Mr. in Grey. I love that they call him
Well, I
Mr.
think
in
it is
Grey.
just right. Don't you think so, Marianne?
It is splendid, ma'am. But isn't it a little too early to make plans when no deal has been signed yet?
No deal has been signed yet.
Never mind that. It isn't going to be a
I'm not
problem.
gonna do that again.
We've got a wonderful legal team to handle everything. Start taking notes, though. I think I've got a few things I want changed before we move in.
The rest of their conversation gets lost in the chatter of our companions. I don't want to make any assumptions yet, but their sheer interest is enough to give me some semblance of hope. Why do I always yawn during visual levels? Oh, please let these guys be the one. Eventually our group reaches the kitchen. Much like the rest of the house, a great deal of effort has been put into retaining the room's classic appeal. Woods. An open hearth at the end of the room in particular looks amazing, like the ones I've only seen in fairy tale books. And the mad props to the cleaning crew. Seriously, after overhearing hundreds of their complaints about the soot and the tar staining the bricks, about how much a pain in the butt cleaning this will be, they still managed to pull this off. Or make it look presentable, at least.
The highlight of the room, however, is what's underneath this hatch here.
Is it a wine cellar?
Oh, don't say anything yet. An underground wine cellar.
The first time the guy in grey speaks up, Mr. Luke Wright, my memory supplies in the forms they signed earlier. I still like the Mr. in Grey. The sudden attentiveness catches me off guard. Since the start of the tour, only his wife has shown any form of genuine interest in the place. This time something lights up in his mind, in his eyes at the mention of the Undercroft. What's so interesting about the basement? I really don't understand rich people sometimes. Right now he gives me the impression of a child who's seen what he absolutely wants for Christmas. I've always found it cute whenever I see children act that way, my younger siblings especially. On a grown man, it's almost funny.
Yes, sir. It could house around 7,000 to 11,000 bottles of wine.
That's impressive.
Truly. And the room, how was it built?
The bricks that were used to build the cellar have been carefully picked for the purpose of maintaining and preserving a constant temperature and humidity in the room. It's a good place to keep your private collection in if you have one, sir.
It keeps the corks in good condition.
Oh, love. Didn't you say before that you wanted to make your own personal vineyard? Perhaps you could start one here.
You know we're going to need space for that, darling.
And this isn't big enough.
If it's space you're worried about, sir, the Ermengarde mansion sits on a 46-acre lot. There's plenty of room for it. We were told that the original owners had a horse stable built here before, too.
There's a contemplative. I like contemplative expression on Mr. Wright's face, but he doesn't say anything further. His wife, however, seems really pleased that he has started to show interest, if only a little. I smile to myself. I may not completely understand how these people's minds work, but I sure as hell know how to spot a buyer with sincere interest. Score. Can't wait to tell Rose. The rest of the tour goes by without a hitch. In more than half an hour, we're able to cover almost every room on the ground floor and are heading to the parlor. Funny, the first time BRC had us survey the property, I kept complaining to Rose how big it is. Now I can't even bring myself to care, no matter how much my feet hurt. Maybe this is just my excitement over a possible sale. When we reach the parlor, however, an odd feeling washes over me. Starts off as goosebumps on my skin, a feeling of being watched intently, whispers in my ear and shadows dancing, lurking in the corner of my vision. I'm looking for shadows now. I almost yanked my headphones off my head. I'm looking for shadows now. I have so many things plugged into this computer. It's actually probably bad for it. I want to see if there's a shadow. Is there a shadow? Wait, what's that on the window? That's nothing on the window. That's a mark on my screen. Dark silhouettes that are gone when I turn to look. A chill settles down my spine, making me feel sick, and I start to break out in a cold sweat. I can't do this. I need to sit down for a moment. The old ladies have been requesting a break anyway. If I can just...
Excuse me? Everyone? We will be taking a 15-minute rest here before we visit the first floor. In the meantime, please help yourselves to the refreshments and snacks we prepared.
I'm so glad you're entertained by me. Sorry.
If anyone has any questions, feel free to approach me. I'd be happy to help you.
That looks similar to Hannah and Luke. It's not what you think. Don't think about it. It's not what you think. I probably just caught Becca's cold. Don't think about it. I'm left alone for a good while. The same words spilling out of my lips in a silent prayer. So a hand touch.
Hello, you there?
Ma'am, right?
Yes, ma'am?
Oh, look at you. Having to show a group around a mansion this big must be exhausting.
Not a problem, ma'am. I'm just doing my job.
What a hard worker. Anyway, Isabel, right?
Isabella, actually. But yes, what can I help you with, ma'am, right?
Please, just Hana. Call me Hana.
Hana.
I just wanted to ask, how soon are we able to move in?
My brain stops. The sick feeling plaguing me is suddenly gone, replaced by utter bewilderment. Is this a joke? She looks at me expectantly as I struggle to come up with an answer.
Ma'am, you see, but we haven't even negotiated a price yet, ma'am. We haven't even finished touring the rest of the mansion. A sale would be great and all.
Stops me and puts a hand on my shoulder. For a moment, with her tight smile, she looks as if she's tasted a particularly sour lemon.
Please, sweetie, don't insult me. Money is not a problem.
Ooh.
And just between you and me, this place is better off with us than with some old lady who will probably just fill it up with cats.
That's actually a hilarious line.
I personally don't think there's anything wrong with having cats here, ma'am Hana. I'm sure there's more than enough space here if you want pets.
That's not what she's talking about, honey. More importantly, why is she talking about
Well, I'm more of a dog person. But you see, this is going to be a gift to my darling. It's going to be our anniversary soon.
You're still my beating heart.
And it would be so wonderful if you can secure its purchase for us. Why, I can even offer something extra if you help us out with the paperwork.
Wow.
We actually have a process for this, ma'am.
Ma'am Hana. Yeah, I know, right?
I don't really think that would be necessary or appropriate.
And just what are you two lovely ladies talking about here? Leaving me and our lovely interior designer to talk here by ourselves. What would the people think, darling?
Oh, it's just small talk, love. I was asking if she could help me with the paperwork.
Try not to wince when her nails dig into my shoulder. I know what that feels like. Wait, that sounded really bad. Never mind. You know what I mean.
Yeah. I can give you a fact sheet and a form to fill out.
Wonderful. And Marianne, I'd really love to talk to you about those
I did, Mom. But I really hope that this time...
Excellent. Hopefully you can help us out.
Isabella.
Where's the horror? I want horror. Give me horror. I'm sick of the talk.
Right. It's a lovely name, Isabel.
It's Isabella.
Yes, that's great. We'll be more than happy to put in a good word to your superiors, too, and... What's this?
Shut up, Star. Oh no, it's the letter. Shoot. You're an idiot. You're an idiot, Isabella. Well, that's 3 people you passed it on to.
That's, an interesting work of art.
Darling, Buttercup, art is a complete overstatement for this garbage. It looks like a cheap prop from a D-list horror film.
Shush, love. Let the girl do... Oh, forget about it. At the very least, it's not... You should have seen it, Marianne. Even you would have been appalled.
Why would you say
that?
But
I'm sure you'll know what to do with our walls once...
I highly doubt it is as bad as you say, Ma'am. Nevertheless, you can be assured that my team will... Nothing of this chain letter sort, of course.
Oops.
It has to always work with a palette.
I'm quite sure chain letters these days don't come in this... form.
My turn to be puzzled. What do they mean? Rose and I double-checked everything. Are the papers I handed not enough? I want to ask what's wrong.
That's good to hear. See, darling, isn't she an absolute delight to work with?
Oh, you don't have to...
A lot of...
I would still put it away if I were you, though. Otherwise, people... Anyway, as I was saying...
I don't hear the rest of what she says, because you thought the paper was imagined. Dreadful.
Isabella? Isabella?
Is it Rose again?
You're looking pale.
Hi, Rose. No, I'm not alright. Yeah, obviously I'm the thought. Is this the face of a thought to you? The letter and that woman in the attic. It's real.
The letter. I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Careless. I've been so careless. How do I even tell them that without looking like I've gone mad? Do I even tell them? Thank you, Star. Show the letter to Rose. If I show the letter to Rose, she's gonna die. But, you know what's nice about this? She's not in the profile, so she's not important. I blurted out. I can think twice about what I'm going to say. I'm a terrible human being.
We need to get out of here. This place is cursed.
Wait, I lowered my Marianne relationship? Rose cast a nervous glance at the people in the room. Most are still engaged in conversation with their peers, but those curious enough to turn their heads in our group's direction have been given her trademark saleswoman smile. That expression when she pulls me
Isabella,
aside.
we've already had a conversation about this weeks ago.
And I'm telling you that it's not. I saw something in there. It's not human at all. I thought it was just nothing, but isn't this letter proof enough?
So proof of a prankster.
Look, I'm really getting worried about you. I know you want to see this open house through, but your condition is more important. Give me a few minutes to wrap things up here, and I'll drive you to the nearest hospital.
No! You don't understand! There isn't a condition, Rose. No concussion at all. I'm fine. But this place isn't, and you're being stubborn about it.
And I'm fine. A hand lands on both our shoulders, pulling the two of us a distance closer.
Now, ladies, what seems to be the problem here?
Nothing, sir. I just had to clarify a few things with my colleague.
Well, it certainly seems intense. A smile
The way
fits the
he
two
said
of you
that
better,
was
in
so
my opinion.
Creepy.
Especially darling little Lily here.
It's Isabella, sir.
Of course. But my point still stands. And with two beautiful ladies here, I'm sure.
And I'm sure little Lily here would certainly appreciate it if you remove your pretty hands from her, darling.
I knew that was coming. I'm just gonna go back to the voice acting for this is excellent. The scowl on her face is like a splash of cold water on me. It's possible to miss the displeased frown on Miss McCall's face. Rose will be beyond.
I think I need to step out for a while. I'll be back.
I like the Thought Noose. Maybe that's what my alt account will now be named, the Thought Noose. Bowing my head, I mutter a quick apology and gather my stuff to make a quick exit. It doesn't matter that this place is haunted or not, I've caused enough trouble and Rose can be quite unforgiving of behavior like this. I'm almost at the door when she catches up
Isabella,
to me.
wait!
The apprehension must have been obvious on my face because her expression instantly shifts to something gentler, eyes softer, a fun smile spreading on her lips.
Hey,
I'm done with that.
I'm not angry.
I know. I'm sorry I ruined this for you.
What did someone nickname me a week ago? I've gotten a lot of names that I didn't want. I'm trying to remember. It was something on Overwatch, right? But I can't remember. Because everybody calls me different things. Someone called me Suckanoose, and I was like, that's not even close.
Come on, you didn't ruin anything. It's not like we haven't ran into any problems before. If we don't get a deal today, we can always try on a different day. And look.
She hesitates, completely trailing off before shifting her gaze down to her hands, a small gesture to stall. Her fingers are fiddling with a piece of folded paper. It's that stupid letter again. My hands stiffen when she gives it back. Yeah, I think... No, I remember that. You're right. I think they called me Tampon I'm not sure why. But, you know... As long as it makes me memorable, whatever they call me. My hands stiffen when she gives it back, but I take it nevertheless more as an automatic response than any desire to have it back. I'll throw it away if I can. I get this nagging feel that one way or another it'll find its way back to me regardless of what I do about it.
Rose, this is... You have to let them know about...
I know you want us to get this sale so badly. And we've made a lot of plans on how to go about this.
Yeah, you got that right. But hey, when have I ever had any luck being remembered any other way?
I mean, who wouldn't? This is the first time I've been assigned to a property like this. I've sold plenty of houses before, but nothing like what we have here. It's a beautiful house. I'd love to get one of my own if I ever win the lottery. But I think... Look, here's the thing, Isabella. If we are going to do this, work on something, I don't know, this big, I need you in top shape. And the way you are...
What? Wait. No, I can still work. I just need to get myself together.
That's what you said earlier. I let it go because I thought, hey, it's your own body and you should know more than anyone how you feel.
Why do you have green hair?
I really think you should take a break.
You're kicking me out?
No, I'm not. Look, all I'm asking is for you to take a seat somewhere. I can see you, and let me handle this for now.
Hypotenuse, because the first person I ever subscribed to on YouTube, and the only person I was subscribed to for like half a year, for like 6 months, was Markiplier. And I was like, okay, well, Markiplier sounds like multiplier, and I like math, so if I ever do anything on the computer, I want to have something mathy, because I like math. So, hypotenuse, because one, I consider myself an error. No. That's why the typo, but also because my first name's Tyler, so I figured, you know, that works just fine. And I like it. I think it's got a nice ring to it. Of course, some people can't pronounce hypotenuse for some reason. And they're like, hypotenuse? No. Still no. That looks nothing similar. Why do you do the thing that you do?
You're clearly not yourself, and I honestly could use some time, and the day's not even over, and I'm already feeling the stress. Please, humor me just this once.
And I plan on making all my alt accounts something to do with math too, if I can help it. And I do understand, to some extent. That doesn't mean I'll feel any less awful. Whether at myself at this unlucky turn the situation has taken, or for her, I really don't know.
I promise I'll give you a full report of what happens after. I'll even let you take the lead tomorrow.
You know what, Star? I'm not shocked. I'm not surprised.
Fine. Okay. I'll step aside for now.
That happens. There's always someone who pronounces it just wrong. With me, it's consistent, which is
You're upset.
A little, yeah, obviously.
If it's any consolation, I won't tell the boss about today. You know how he is.
Please don't. I don't want a repeat of the lecture I got during my first assignment. He called me a noob, and I don't even know what that means.
Noob. We both burst into helpless giggles, earning us strange looks from the guests milling at the door. Talking and laughing, it's easy to forget any mishaps. Little things you learn to appreciate, I guess.
So, are we good?
I'm still not okay with it, but Rose has a point. It's better for me to step out of this one for now.
I won't be able to help you anyways if I keep getting distracted like this.
Wait, I'm supposed to pass it to
Maybe
5?
I'll just take a walk outside or something while I wait for you to wrap things up.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a 6. So I've shown it to him, her, and her. So I have Zachary, Ashton, and Becca left. So I'm guessing I'm probably going to show it to Becca. Yeah, no, I know a lot of people whose last names are screwed up. My cousins, nobody ever pronounces it right. And at this point, they're like, yeah, no, I'm just gonna roll with it. Whatever they say, let's just pretend it works.
Please, just stay put. I insist.
I'm not an invalid, Rose.
You clearly have not seen how you looked earlier.
You looked invalid.
It's not that bad.
Color hasn't even returned to your cheeks yet. Just stay here,
all right, Mother?
Don't even think of going anywhere. Let me finish what I'm doing here, and then I'll take you back to Luxembourg myself to have that minor bump checked. At least wait for me to call someone who will fetch you, okay?
She's gone before I can voice one word of complaint. Yeah, no, that's what it was meant to be, is hypotenuse, but with Ty at the beginning instead. I don't know what other people, like, look at it and think. Like, you look at it and think it's a bunch of gibberish, and all I can think is, it's a hypotenuse. I guarantee you've heard the word hypotenuse before in some math class somewhere in your life. Few visitors linger in the area, some merely enjoying the afternoon sunlight streaming through the stained glass windows, others admiring the priceless antiques. One group of elderlies is occupied in a friendly banter about which one would cost more to buy. A little argument here, some laughter and teasing. I smile. The conversation reminds me of what I've been missing. Maybe this afternoon's hangout will help. Speaking of, I should call Ash. A few hours early from what I told him, but he did ask me to call once I'm done. Besides, I don't have a ride back. I can bribe him, not that he'll ever accept the latter. Personal conviction and all. Honestly, if there's something I find admirable in him, despite his tendency to annoy the hell out of me, it's that. Well, whatever works. A free ride is still a free ride. There's Rose's offer too, but despite what she says, I know she'll be busy the rest of the afternoon, especially without me assisting. Bothering her for a favor as small as this is the last thing I want to do right now. Yes, that is true, Star. A couple minutes, a few prayers asking for a decent signal later, the call finally connects, and...
What's up, I'm Ash from Deluxe City. Baggers, watch out, can't beat me. Looking for trouble? Better not lie. I'm a cool dude, pretty fly for an Asian guy. Sup, I'm Ash from Deluxe City. Baggers, watch out.
How loud is this thing even?
Looking for trouble?
Sharpening fills the entire hall, disrupting the pleasant quiet that is settled. Soon enough, heads begin to turn in the sorest mind included.
Watch out, can't beat me. Looking for trouble? Better not lie. I'm a cool dude, pretty fly for an Asian guy.
Eyes dart around the crowd before zeroing in on a lone figure crouching behind the same group of old people. He's facing away from me, fumbling with something in his hands.
I'm a cool dude.
Recognize that dumb parka anyway.
Sup, I'm Ash from Deluxe City.
Not in the mood to do it.
Of all the times to...
Ashton Frey!
What happens next is something I'll regret later for having not recorded. Jumps let out an undignified yelp, followed by his phone slipping from his grip. Falling to the floor with a resounding clack. Kind of feel sorry for the phone. And the floor. It's not every day you can catch someone like Ash off guard and get a reaction. Stupid detective senses. I'll take every ounce of victory I can get, no matter how small. Awkward pause. A blink. A cough. He makes a face. And then, in a too-quick motion, he ducks to retrieve his abused gadget while a grin threatens to break out from my lips. Doesn't meet my eyes while he straightens, but a flush has crept up his neck and cheeks. In another universe where we haven't known each other for 5 years and suffering through his teasing isn't a day-to-day occurrence, chances are I'd find that adorable. Endearing, even. Unfortunately, this isn't that kind of world. The way things are, I'm already content to see him out of his obnoxiously calm and collected
Hello to you too, scaredy cat. I could stand to be greeted like a normal person, you know.
That label is excellent.
What? And miss that look on your face? No way. Oh man, I should have taken a picture.
I am so honored you find this funny. Is that how you treat your guests? I think I need to talk to your supervisor.
Talk to yourself. You aren't even a guest here. What are you doing here in the first place?
For a moment, he looks like a cat that swallowed the canary. Suddenly checking every nook and cranny in his phone for any damage or scratches seems to be more interesting activity than explaining himself.
Ash.
I could be looking to buy a house.
A mansion?
Yeah, why not? Did you see the view outside? It doesn't look haunted to me at all.
Ashton, I am not in the mood. What are you doing here?
Catches a glimpse at some point behind me. The parlor? Curious, I follow his gaze before I can figure out what caught his attention. He places a hand on my shoulder and turns me back.
I just finished working on something, so I dropped by.
I don't see how work has anything to do with why he's here. And my confused look, he drops a hand resting on my arm like he's touched something particularly hot. Ooh. Hot. And casually rubs the back of his neck.
And so here I am. Figured you'd still be busy, and so I roamed around for a while.
Oh, you should have mentioned that sooner. I was about to throw you out.
Throw me? Hey, I was given a pamphlet. I think that makes me a legitimate client.
We have mandatory sign-in sheets for clients, Ash. I didn't see your name on it. And you can't just roam around because it says open house. Normal people actually follow—
Right, okay. I think I'll just go ahead and—
No, wait. I wasn't really going to throw you out. Rose said— Never mind. I was just about to leave anyway.
Wait, what? Now?
Something must have shown in my face because he pauses and gives me a long, hard stare. Not the only long, hard thing he'll be giving you. I should just keep my mouth shut. Sometimes I forget how easy reading people is for Ash and how often he gives looks as if everything around him is a chore. I avoid his eyes, hoping he'll drop the subject and won't ask any more questions. The last thing I want to tell him what's happened, especially the part about the letter. In fact, he's the last person on Earth I'll ever think about telling it to if I can help it. Sure, he's a dependable guy. God knows how many times he's helped me, even without me asking for it. The stuff like ghosts and the supernatural? He'll never believe those even if he hears it from a friend, except maybe if it's Becca. On a good day, the most harmless thing he'll do is give you an explanation as to why those things have no chance of being real. At worst, he's insufferable. He'll poke fun at you every single chance he'll get. Hey, that's me. What did I ever do to him? He never did any of that to Becca or Zach. Is my mic thing down? I'm using this one, but this bothers me. I need to see it. I need to know it's here. Safety blanket. I can already imagine how things will go down the moment I spill a word of what I saw. Nope, over my dead body. Before it catches his attention, I shove the letter deep into my bag.
Nothing. Let's just go.
It doesn't look like a nothing to me.
We still have Zach's movie tonight, remember?
It's still early. And didn't you say your shift will end around 5 or 6? What about... Hey, Isabella, wait up!
I'm already leaving. Fresh air greets me as soon as the main door opens. Not the usual autumn draft, but a welcome change from the stifling atmosphere. Ash's footsteps are quick behind me, the soles of his shoes thumping hard against the polished concrete in an awkward cadence as he rushes to catch up. He calls out once, twice. The mansion looms in the background, whispers, calling me back, shadows beckoning. Sounds like me when I have a cold. I don't look back. Spend the ride back to Luxburn in a relatively quiet manner with only the radio's disjointed hum in the background. That's the always elevator music. Occasionally, Ash will reach out to fiddle with it until the signal settles, or it's on a respectable volume. But otherwise, he doesn't say anything. Why am I always yawning? Neither do I. However, if the furtive glances he's been sending my way are signs, I know there are things he's been itching to ask. I keep my eyes trained on the passing scenery outside in the small hope that my disinterest will dissuade him. Here. All of a sudden, he tosses something at me from the small compartment. Hits me on the chin before I can catch it. A small package makes a soft landing in my lap instead.
Sorry.
Is he blushing? You. I glare. The glare I send him wipes the smirk about to form cleanly off his face. He clears his throat, focusing his eyes on the road again. I swear he did that on purpose. Ignoring him, I flip the half-forgotten package in my lap.
I won't say no to free food, but why are you giving away cereal bars?
I always have one on my person, and you look like you're about to pass out back there. Have you eaten lunch yet?
I don't even get a chance to deny it because right on cue my stomach rumbles loudly and an empty gnawing feeling in my belly becomes noticeable. That's not unusual. Skipped lunch, skipped breakfast. Hollow feeling. It's one of the things I got too used to ignoring over the years growing up. Thanks. Then I tear open the package and start nibbling on the edge of the bar. Apart from an acknowledging nod, Ash doesn't say anything after that small exchange. For that I'm thankful. After getting an earful from both Becca and Rose, it's nice to be able to just sit down with someone who's not going to nag at you.
How'd the open house go?
The usual. We got a bigger crowd than normal because of the property's fame, but really no different from the typical open house. On second thought, it actually looks like a fancy party more than an open house. I've never felt so underdressed in my life. Weren't you there?
I wasn't really listening.
I should have asked someone to kick you out.
No, you won't.
And what makes you so sure?
One, ever since you got assigned to this property, you've been freaking out about it. Rebecca's words, not mine. She's been complaining to me about how you talked your ears off, by the way. Two, despite your initial qualms about the place, you still took the job.
I love that word.
Which brings us to 3. It's been months since you last settled a deal, and you're short on money right now since you're back to your instant noodle diet.
How'd you even know about the last one?
Rebecca.
Becca.
Anyhow, you're hellbent on selling the mansion. Even if someone you know personally is in the tour group, you aren't going to just kick them out. Every single person who went on your open house is still a prospective client to you. Even me.
He's not entirely wrong. Someone just drove by my window. There's not a road outside my window. Okay. Oh man, I walked right into that.
I hate you. I really hate you right now.
His answer is a small laugh, the kind that screams, "I'm right, I told you so." I hate when he does
I'll
that.
have you know that there's already someone who's extremely interested in this property. So even if you expressed any sort of interest in it, I don't think they'd be willing to let you have it. Too bad.
Provided I didn't botch it with the rights. Ma'am Hannah in particular didn't look too pleased with what I did. I owe Rose a big apology. I hope she likes free
You don't
donuts.
seem too happy about it.
I am happy. Doesn't this look like a happy face to you?
That does not look like a happy face. Looks like you're having great pains.
Really? And here I was thinking you found another one stuffed in the sofa.
Yeah.
Or is it the wardrobe this time?
I meant that as a joke, but how close to the truth made my blood run cold and my own heart beat. A heavy weight on my chest. All at once the letter in my bag feels a whole lot heavier, burdening my own guilt and apprehension. Hey, Mana, I like that more.
Well, things happened. Stuff the right couple might not be pleased about. No need to make a fuss about it. It's normal in the business.
Wait, the right couple?
You made them angry?
Not angry. Just stuff happened.
Like?
Sleepy
Things.
Sheep Inn. Mrs. Flowers. Sir Antique. Wait. Zarba. I love this. These are excellent. The Crawl Bar. That one's meh. But Sir Antiques, Mrs. Flowers, and Sleepy Sheep Inn make me happy. And Zarbucks.
Did they do anything? Your clients. The rights, was it?
I can't answer that. I should lie to him because I feel like he will know I'm lying to him and he will make me tell him. Oh no, wait, I can't do that. It's gonna lower my relationship with him. Change the
You
subject.
keep asking me about my work, yet you haven't said a
There
single
we
word
go.
about yours. That's not fair. Both you and Zach have literally disappeared off the face of the earth.
Literally. Over-exaggeration, but changing the subject to something else is still better than outright lying. Besides, it never works with him. I'm not sure if it's because I'm bad at it or because he's really very good at his job. Doesn't answer immediately, only momentarily shifting a glance over to me and returning it back to the road when he's made a sharp turn. The sun has already started its descent, casting a vibrant orange glow on the tall buildings. I wonder how long before we reach the venue for Zach's film. Checking the street signs outside, it appears Ash is taking the longer route. Odd, but he's probably trying to avoid the rush hour traffic.
Didn't we just talk a week ago over chat?
That's different. Linking your awful memes in the group chat box every morning isn't exactly a conversation.
That's what I do in the morning.
Excuse me, I don't hear you calling them awful while you're laughing at all of them.
Link
Shut up! And you aren't answering my...
Link memes for life. Earns a soft punch to his arm. I did laugh, but I'm not going to give him the satisfaction knowing that I find most of them funny. It'll only make his head bigger, stupid ass.
Alright. Lay off on the abuse. Remember that case I mentioned? We've been trying to pin the bastard down, but it required more work than we anticipated. The guy's slippery like that. We got some good lead months ago.
He recounts what he's been doing in the time we haven't seen each other. His usual work. The dankest of the dank, you got it, boy. His usual work, the occasional small investigation, and the big case he's been stuck working on. Stuff he couldn't mention in the brief time we catch each other online. Although most of them are a trimmed down version, only things he can tell. He's always been careful about that. Even in the way he spins his answers to my questions. Just enough to satisfy my curiosity, but not enough to paint the whole picture. At one point, he's got a strained tone where he mentions something about the big case, but I don't dwell on it much. That's normal, right? I mean, who wouldn't be frustrated if you couldn't bring someone to justice just because they kept slipping out of your fingers? If I were in his shoes, I'd definitely lose my mind. The stories never ceases to be entertaining to me, regardless. If things weren't the way they were back home, maybe I would have considered taking on the same job as him. Well, no. Not really. Mama would never allow that. But the idea is still there, along with countless others I've let go. Time passes quickly between us in the manor, and before I know it, we're at the movie house. Point of no return, October 23rd, 2:48 p.m. Pocket Chibi. Did I say Bat Cat? Rat Cat? Bat Cat? Bat Cat. Is it Nunubak? Small crowd is in front of the theater. The Lift Fest, short for Luxburn Independent Film and Theater Festival, attracts a bigger crowd annually, and this year's no different. I've been a few indie screening films with Zach, so I'm not an expert on the matter. But I know for people hoping to make a break in the industry, getting your film recognized by a local event is already a big deal. It's Especially for a newcomer like Zach, he hasn't even won an award, but just getting a confirmation level that the festival committee wants to include his movie in this year's lineup has already put a grin on his face for weeks. Speaking of the guy, he's impossible to miss. At 6 feet, he looms over most of the moviegoers. That's nothing. With his large build and heavy voice, it's no surprise when people give him a wide berth. It's often easy to mistake him for someone intimidating at first glance. I did back when I didn't know any better. Ash did too, I heard, once early in their friendship.
Oh, there's Zach!
Have some Lucio else! That's...
Hey, you guys! Long time no see!
I can't help but think of Lucio. Zach's face lights up with a smile of his own. He moves towards us with careful steps, taking a significant effort to make himself smaller so as not to bump or accidentally hit anyone. That's me. Typical Zach. As he nears Ash, casually raises his hand in greeting.
Sup, Z-Man, my main man. What's crack-a-lackin', my homie?
Awkwardness that descends within the immediate vicinity of our small group is palpable enough. Somewhere to our left, a girl giggles, and only then do I become aware of my mouth hanging open. Almost amazed Ash could say that aloud with a straight face. Almost. I know you hate me, Star. I work very hard to be hated. Considering his track record, I should be used to it by now.
Yo, stop trying to act black, Ashton. And you're the only one who calls me Z-Man.
There's a fondness under his exasperated tone. If it were any other person, he'd likely be offended, but years of friendship and familiarity have made those words harmless.
It's been a while, Zach.
I hope you didn't get into trouble again.
Not much to get into trouble lately without you, I'm afraid. I'll let you know if something comes up, though.
Nah, I ended up with Chicken Down stuck on me last time I agreed. I'd really love at least this year to pass without some sort of accident happening again.
I thought that was an adjective of an adjective, not a noun. I was confused.
Hey, I take offense to that. It wasn't that bad.
You really have no idea.
It's because of the voice.
Hey, I'm kidding. You know you can always count on me.
Whoa, that smile is bad. That's poor animation. Whoa. It's a story only the two of them are privy to. Every now and then Ash will enlist Zach's help on something. Becca and I never found out what the real deal is between those adventures, as Ash calls them, but both aren't willing to tell due to some unspoken agreement. If you find a meme, the memes of Lucio are fantastic. She insists if it's Ash, it's likely not something illegal or life-threatening. I tend to believe her on that, sometimes. Oh well, boys will be boys, I guess. That's very true. Boys are usually boys. I give Zach a small wave from behind Ash when his attention eventually turns to me.
Bella! Huh? Rebecca's not with you. Is she still sick?
A bit. But she's up and went to work this morning. You know she doesn't listen to anyone that's not Ash.
Yes, she does.
No, she doesn't. You're literally the only person she'll listen to when she's feeling stubborn.
And it's true, they've known each other far longer than anyone else in the group. Childhood friends.
But don't worry, Zach. She's probably on her way here now.
Wait, can I see other people? No. Man, that is a sassy pose. Goodness.
She promised she wouldn't miss your movie.
Isabella! Oh, thank goodness!
Speak of the devil. Without a warning, a hand grabs me by the shoulder and turns me
Becca,
around.
you're just in time.
I have to lean back with her face is invading my personal space, but she places a hand on either side of my head to keep me still. Stares at me intently, concern filling her eyes.
Becca, you're squishing my face.
How are you?
I do that to
Are you
people.
alright?
I do that to people a lot. If I want to annoy them because I'm so much bigger than everybody else, I just kind of stand over them and go, "Oh, you're so cute." That's probably not a good thing to do in public, but I only do it to my friends.
Why wouldn't I be?
Rose called me earlier.
Apparently my dogs have taken over my furniture now that I've left the house. Those 4 words tell me all I needed to know. Since I don't have my family living close by and the only other relative I have here works on the far side of the country, I gave my company Becca's contact number in case of emergency. Should have known Rose would call her.
Oh, no, everything's good. Rose covered for me at work today.
That's not what I'm talking about. How's your head?
Beside me, Ash snickers. Snicker. I bite the urge to elbow him in place, trying to avoid Rebecca's hand as she tries to reach out for the set area. I do my best to dodge her all at once, moving to hide behind Zach. Sorry for using you as a human shield, Zach.
Oh, it's nothing. I just slipped off a few steps on my way down. I blacked out for a few seconds and had a minor bump, but it's just that.
You blacked out? It's not something to brush off. Come on, at least let me check it.
It's extremely minor. You wouldn't even know it's there.
Isabella, this isn't a laughing matter.
She did look pale when I saw her.
Wow. Thanks a lot, Ashton, you traitor. I'll get you back for this. Just you wait.
What? I'm just saying it as it is. If you mentioned this earlier, we wouldn't be having this conversation right now.
I'm sorry. Saw her?
Yeah, they arrived together. Bella looked fine to me then. I don't know.
Something crossed this Becca's face, but it's gone before I could figure out what it is.
Oh, that's good. At least she didn't have to travel alone, right? At least.
I don't
Good.
like it. I don't think that's a good thing.
See? I'm okay. I wouldn't be here if I wasn't.
That's not true.
And I don't want to miss Zach's film.
We can always watch it some other time.
Keep your mouth shut, Becca.
Sorry, Zachary.
No, it's good. But you guys should really keep it down. We're starting to attract some attention.
It's the premiere. The premiere's different. Right, Zach?
Should have been pleading like Zach's a sensible guy. He'll understand. Please understand.
Not really. But Rebecca has a point. In the end, I think it's your call.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
Please, Becca. I really don't want to miss it.
You're not missing it. We're just moving it on a different day so we can have a...
Look, you guys.
Ash's loud sigh unexpectedly cuts through the conversation. He's pinching the bridge of his nose as he speaks. Something he usually does when he's getting impatient. Look, guys. Look, guys.
If she says she's okay, then there's nothing we can do about it. It's not like we can stop her either.
Right.
Besides, she's still acting like the same old Isabella to me, if she can still run around like that.
Why are you taking her side?
I'm not. But if she wants to watch Zach's movie with us, I'm not going to stop her. She's probably the one looking forward to it the most.
Ash, that's... You, of all people, should know...
Who's my best relationship? Right now it's Becca. Then it's Zach. Then it's Ashton. And then Luke, screw him. Both idiots.
Tell you what, if I notice something amiss with her, I'll take her to the nearest hospital myself. Is that good enough for you?
I already know the answer before Becca voices it out. At last she releases a deep breath and nods, albeit with great reluctance. I immediately tackle her into
Thanks,
a hug.
Becca.
It's always been you with him, isn't it?
Did you say something?
Me? Nothing. Don't mind me.
I feel badly.
If you say so.
Okay, guys, showtime's close, so I think I'm gonna get us some snacks. My treat. And then let's head inside.
That's my... I still think it's
Anyone
myself.
here has a smaller bill?
I think I do. Hold on.
What's this?
Ooh, it's the letter. Shoot. They've seen the letter. Everybody's looked at the letter.
It's just a paper.
I don't care. Give it.
Looks ancient, too. Why do you keep this around?
I've never been particularly sensitive about my own height, but right now I really wish I could have that advantage over him.
Don't open it!
What's the big deal? It's not like it's a love letter. I don't see any reason to... Hold on a second. This is, isn't it?
Even if it is, it's not for you.
Okay. Now I'm curious.
I'm telling you, it's nothing like that. It's...
My words are lost when he unfolds the paper. I can't breathe. Too early for Halloween. My heart feels stuck in my throat, pounding, threatening to burst out. Vaguely, I know how my hands are trembling at my sides. Clasping them together doesn't do any good. They're still shaking, but I hang on to them regardless. The awful sick weight that has taken its core in my stomach back in the open house returns full force. How do I fix this? How do I fix this? How do I fix this? Someone, please. Today is turning out to be a horrible
Send
nightmare.
this to 5 people or else. Well, that's... interesting.
Guys, I think we should listen to Bella first.
Aren't you a few days early for Halloween?
Ash waves the paper in front of me, giving me a fleeting glimpse of its contents. I don't need to see. I don't want to see. The letters, the word, every stroke written in blood is already embedded in my mind. Maybe I should have just thrown it away when I had the chance. That way. That way.
It's not a prank.
Makes all of them stop. Even I am surprised at how steady my voice is.
What did you say?
This isn't a prank! I saw something!
Hold on. Are we still talking about this paper? Or is it about the urban legend again?
Both. I know it sounds ridiculous.
You're saying this is a primitive version of a chain letter, and now that we've seen it, we're now cursed. You've got to be kidding me.
See? This is why I didn't want to tell you guys.
Isabella, aren't you taking this a bit too far?
It's not a joke. Will you guys listen to me first? I saw something in the house earlier. It stood right in front of me. If I hadn't gotten away, that thing might have...
Right. And in broad daylight, Isabella. Even someone gullible would find the logic in that screwed up.
There's also no way in hell that this supernatural shit is true.
But it's real! What do you think
A hallucination? A delusion? Didn't you say you fell down some stairs? So maybe Rebecca's right.
It happened after, when I was trying to get away. I almost got stuck in the same room with that thing. We're all in danger. I thought you were my friends. Why don't you believe me?
We are, and you know that. But this thing and that thing has got nothing to do with the other. When Rose called earlier, I thought she's just exaggerating. But based on what I'm seeing right now, maybe it's better if we really postpone this for now.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, Steyer. They are idiotic.
Don't bother.
Without another word, I snatched the letter out of Ash's hand and stuffed it back in my bag with more force than necessary. I'm tired. I got cursed, saw a ghost, probably lost a sale, got kicked out of the open house I'm supposed to be hosting. My own friends won't believe me, and all of them think I'm crazy. To top it all off, there's a dull ache at the back of my head begging for a little attention I can't afford to give right now. Honestly, there's only so much one person can take. Wait, is everybody breathing? He's breathing. I know they're breathing. They're more obvious with their breathing. He's hunched up. I just want to go home, curl up in my bed, and never think about today before I can take a single step away.
Guys!
Zach rarely ever raises his voice, even when there's a point he wants to drive home, and hearing him take that tone completely throws me off. Even Ash and Becca, whatever harsh words that yet have come out of the argument, immediately die on our tongues.
Why don't we all calm down first? I'm sure Isabella has her reasons too.
My index
no need to be hard on her.
Cold. The rest of me is not. I'm not sure why. It's like it doesn't. I don't feel cold, but like I grab it and it's like an ice cube. And the rest of my hand is not. It's just my index finger.
And hey, ain't this supposed to be a happy get-together? We haven't seen each other for months. I'd really love to know what y'all have been up to. Please.
He has a point. Ash, for all his attempts to look cool and distant, has also been looking forward to this. He even took the time to call this morning for a reminder. He never does that. Rebecca too, I'm pretty sure there's another reason why she got out of bed today. Yet despite Zach's attempts to lighten things up, or Ash and Becca's acquiescing gestures, the tightness in my chest remains. Should have just kept it to myself, or at least went with the idea that it's a prank. It did things may not have turned out the way they had. No sour mood, no bad vibes. Stop yawning. Careless, so careless. Maybe leaving? No. Don't leave. If you feel ill, you can leave if you're actually hurting. Boost Zachary, lower Rebecca, boost Ashton. Wait, I'm gonna load, see what happens there. I'm a freaking cheater when it comes to taking choices. Boost Becca, lower Zachary, lower Ashton. I want to be nice to Becca, but it's that boosting Becca so much. So what do? Do I boost Becca and lower the other two, or do I raise the other two and lower Becca? I'm trying to decide because, in all honesty, like I put way too much stock in these games. I love visual novels. Becca wants to be with Ashton, clearly, and I'm getting in the way of that. And I don't want to do that. But at the same time, But at the same time, I really don't want to choose go home. Yeah, I'm going to choose go home. Raise Becca, lower Zach, lower Ashton. Nah, I'm sorry, Zach. I'll be better, I promise. I know I'm being selfish, but if I stay, I'll only get in the way. I can't look Zach in the eye when the excuses come.
I'm sorry. Today's not a good day for a movie night out. I think I'll pass. Enjoy, you guys.
Isabella, wait!
I leave without another word, one step after another, as fast as my own 2 feet can take me away from them. Becca calls after me again. Zach and Ash do too, but their voices become lost in the hustle and bustle of the afternoon crowd. It's strange to walk home like this, to bump shoulders with people you don't know. I felt the same way years ago, fresh off the boat in a foreign land with no one else to depend on. I won't deny that I was nervous. Now, well, it's not every day that you get into an argument with your friends. Not every day that they won't believe you, even if you're telling the truth. Is it the 21st? It's the 21st. Feels like a betrayal of sorts. It leaves you hollow. And in this faceless city, it's impossible not to feel alone after. The sun is already set by the time I reach the comfort of my own room. Luxburn Independent Film and Theater Festival celebrated its 9th year, discovering new creative talents in the film industry. Included a few showcased this year were Zachary Steele's Blue Jones, Dark Times of the Black British. Isabella Santos, Ashton Trey, and Rebecca Gales were also seen amongst the crowd for its premiere. Okay, we're good. The sun is already set by the time I reach the comfort of my own room. That's a messy room. Is that all your buddies? It's you, Zach, Ash, and Becca. It's you and Becca, I think that is. That's a blonde kid. That's television. News 8. Something, something, something. That's a lot of noodles. Not a noodles. Noodles! My dog's name is Noodle. No, my dog's name is Lexi. We just call her Noodle. Sun's already set by the time I reach the comfort of my own room. On my phone, there are 4 messages waiting to be read. 3 from Zach and a lone voicemail from Ash. Becca will probably drop by later to check on me to say the same thing these messages likely contain. Yet I can't bring myself to open or listen to any of them, much less look forward to anyone's visit. So without taking another glance, I slide my phone in my bag and flop down on my bed, allowing the heavy feeling in my chest to finally pull me into an uneasy sleep. Perhaps tomorrow would be better. October 22nd, Saturday. That's a good noise. Darkness closes around me, grasping, pulling, engulfing me. The ground caves in, and without warning, I'm falling. My eyes snap open. Still messy. For an instant, it doesn't immediately register where I am. Both my back and shoulders ache after I've fallen asleep, all hunched up the night before. It's understandable she's called Dixie then. Run away, Dixieland. Fallen asleep all hunched up the night before. Drenched in sweat, the nest of pillows I often keep around me feels more suffocating than comforting. I let my eyes adjust to the bright morning light streaming through my window and allow my breathing to slow down before untangling myself from the pile. I haven't had a single dream since coming to Luxborn, or at least none I can recall having. It's a shame because they used to be so vivid. Not the crazy vivid, but more the pleasant kind I'll tell my siblings about. Maybe the stress of living alone? The knowledge I'll always wake up with an empty apartment with no one to tell stories to.
What time is it?
Habit forces me to look, even with the soreness weighing heavily on my shoulders and the compulsion of never having to leave my bed for the day. In a heartbeat, I'm up.
Oh man, of all the times to oversleep! Towel? Towel! Where's my towel?
Where's your towel? Admittedly, it's a weekend, and it's an unspoken rule that entitles me to extra hours of sleep. But if Rose didn't kill me yesterday, she sure as hell will now. And right after what happened, oh lord, one box of donuts as a peace offering won't be enough the second time around. Grab my towel, I'm already a few short steps away from the bathroom when a muffled ringing breaks out from my bag. It's a moment of indecision. My conflict is whether I should ignore her answer. But what if it's Rose, or worse, our boss? At the end, the rational part of my brain went out. Louder peeks out when I pull the device out. Just the sight is enough to put me in a foul mood, and it takes every force of will for me to ignore it in favor of answering the call. Caller ID reads Mama.
Huh?
It's around 4:45 in the Philippines right now.
That's
an unusual time.
An unusual time.
It's usually around noontime here, and I'm the one calling, not the other way around. Better for them to use that money on something else rather than an international call. Regardless, in the most cheerful tone I can gather.
Hello?
Hello? Grace? How are you?
Mama! I'm doing okay. How are
We're good. EJ won a storytelling contest at school the other week. Brought home a medal. I thought you should know.
There's a tired lilt in her voice as she speaks. It's been there since Papa had to leave his job. Wish there was something I could do, but from miles away like this, at least I'm able to not make her worry. If only my older brother would actually lend her a hand, but Lord knows that'll ever happen. Odds are Kuya Jordan's already out drinking right now. Again. Can't count on my older sister either, knowing she has a family of her own, and, well, Ate Ann's financial situation isn't exactly great right now, having ran herself knee-deep in debt.
Great! That's great! Tell him congratulations from me. And let him know I'm gonna send him a little something extra this Christmas. How about Nico? Karen? Michael? I hope they're okay?
They're doing well. They wanted to talk to you, but they're all busy with school.
Oh no, that's fine. I don't want to bother them. Just tell them to keep doing their best for me. I'll just call back when I know they're not busy. And Papa? How's Papa doing?
Subject I'm a bit hesitant to broach, but from the way Mama's voice hitches, she doesn't want to bring it up either.
Papa. Grace, he's having a little difficulty right now. Weak appetite, he's having trouble swallowing, and lost a few pounds, but the doctor said we should keep encouraging him. It just means his body's accepting his new treatment well. The money you sent last time helped a lot to pay for it, by the way.
Oh, I see. That's good.
I won't deny life's gotten tougher for the family. It used to be easy back when Papa was in good shape. But ever since he was diagnosed with a sickness 5 years ago, he's been unable to provide for us. Now the burden of feeding 8 mouths and settling Papa's bills all rests on my shoulders. Although Mama makes a little, accepting sewing and laundry jobs in the neighborhood, it's scarcely enough to cover the costs of day-to-day living, let alone the bloating hospital bills. We can't even expect help from our own government because the health insurance there barely covers anything.
I'm sure he'll get better soon. Is he well enough to talk? Do you think I'll be able to speak to him, Ma?
Silence. I start to think that the call got cut.
Listen, Grace. Maybe it's better if we transfer Papa to a different hospital. Somewhere cheaper?
What? Why? Did something happen? Is it the deposit issue again? Give me the hospital's number. I'll talk to them.
No, it's nothing bad. The service here is good. Too good. Even the doctors. But I'm worried you're working yourself to the ground because of it.
Mama, we've been through this before. I want the best for Papa. And don't worry about the bills or the medicine, or me for that matter. I can handle myself. Everything's going well here. In fact, we're about to close a large sale.
Hopefully. If not, I'll find another way. She doesn't need to know that. Sorry, Mama, you taught me not to lie yet. Look,
I'll have money to send over soon to cover the rest of Papa's treatment. And there's more than enough for Karen, Nico, Michael, and EJ's school tuition.
Thank you so much, dear. I appreciate it. We all do. But I just wish you'd come home to us soon.
Ah. Alan Kaui. When are you coming home? EJ, the youngest, used to be the only person asking me that. How to respond to a question you don't have a definite answer to. 5 years later, and I still can't give them a straight one. I smile, though Mama can't see it, to fight my lips from quivering, my voice from shaking. She's got enough on her plate as it is, no need to weigh her down with unnecessary concerns.
Promise me you'll be there to welcome me when I do, okay?
Of course. I'm sorry, Grace. I need to take this for a while.
There's a small commotion on the other end, the sound of gates opening, the voice of a child, EJ talking excitedly about his day at school, tapping his feet on the floorboards as he runs. It's been years since I went home, but I can still picture the whole scene in my mind. How tall is he now? Are the neighborhood kids bullying him now that I'm not around? Did Mama rearrange the furniture in the living room again? What are they having for dinner today? I miss them. I miss them so much.
It's okay, Ma. I need to go too. I've got work today. I'll call again soon, alright?
On a Saturday? Oh, never mind. Take care of yourself, dear. I love you.
I love you. Bye.
Ends with a soft click, leaving half-truths and empty promises hanging in the air. Let's read that journal. Isabella received an unexpected call from her family back in the Philippines. An emotional moment, her mother informed her of her father's deteriorating condition despite treatments. Nonetheless, the young woman assured her and continued to work hard to be able to support all of them. Alright, I think that's where I'm going to end for today. We got all this sensitive stuff going on, but it's a horror. It's a horror visual novel, I promise. Either way, see you later, Sty, and whoever else is out there. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next video. Catch you on the flip side.